Hello everyone. Welcome to the Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center in Thelma, Kentucky. We're here today to take a tour of the Vocational Services Unit. The Perkins Center was constructed in 1973 and began accepting consumers of the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation shortly after completion. One of the main reasons for the creation of the Perkins Center was to enable Kentuckians with disabilities to obtain all the services needed to become employed in one location. The first program we'll be looking at is the Academic and Life Skills Program of Higher Achievement, ALPHA. This program was designed to provide instruction and support to assist students in the successful completion of vocational training or post-secondary education. Classes offered in this program include computer basics, reading, math, community living, social skills, research and study skills, and individual support and tutoring. ALPHA students meeting entrance program prerequisites may live at the Perkins Center and attend programs available at the local Kentucky Community and Technical College System campus in nearby Paintsville or Prestonsburg, Kentucky. Another option for consumers coming to the Perkins Center is adult education. This is their classroom. Adult education services provide academic skills, instruction, and general equivalency diploma (GED) preparation to assist individuals in improving educational attainment levels and successfully entering employment and post-secondary education. Classes offered in this program include reading, English, math, science, social studies, and language arts. Next to the adult education room is the child care development classroom. The child care development program provides both classroom and practical training experience to prepare consumers to work in private or public daycare facilities. Students enrolled in child care spend half their day in the classroom completing bookwork and the other half here in the daycare center caring for children from 1 to 5 years of age. Consumers entering this program must pass a criminal background check and be fingerprinted before being allowed in the daycare center. Consumers may choose to train as a child care worker, which requires 480 clock hours, or a preschool teacher, which requires 1,080 clock hours. Some examples of facilities where a child care graduate might work include, but are not limited to, schools, workplaces, religious institutions, public daycare facilities, or private practice. Another training option offered by the Perkins Center is the cosmetology program. This program provides classroom and practical training experience to prepare students to become licensed cosmetologists. Consumers wishing to enter the cosmetology program must have a high school diploma or equivalent. They must have a minimum academic grade level of 12th grade in reading as well as basic math skills. Although not a training area, nail technology and scalp and facial massage are taught as part of the cosmetology curriculum. This is the cosmetology lab. Cosmetology is 1,500 clock hours long, which includes 375 clock hours of theory, 1,085 clock hours of practical application, and 40 clock hours of rules and regulations. Students completing this program are qualified to take their Kentucky State Board tests at Frankfort, Kentucky. There are 2 tests, a written test and a practical exam. Upon successfully passing these tests, students could go to work in an already established hair salon or even open their own business. Prior to entering any program at the Perkins Center, individuals must have a comprehensive vocational evaluation or CVE. Individuals having the CVE administered at the Perkins Center may stay in the dormitory until testing has been completed. This is the evaluation room. The comprehensive evaluation program assesses an individual's vocational aptitudes and interests, academics, work competencies, independent living skills, and current level of work-related skills. The evaluation process takes approximately a day and a half to complete, but can be adjusted to meet the individual needs of the consumer. The results of the test are compiled and recorded in a comprehensive vocational evaluation report. An appropriate training area or training areas will be chosen from those results. Consumers may be placed in one of 4 areas. The first area might be the Alpha program, and you may remember this program from the beginning of the video. The Alpha program is designed for consumers who want to go on to vocational school or college. The second area might be to place a consumer directly into one of the training areas offered by the Perkins Center. The third option might be to place a consumer into the Work Adjustment Program. Duration of the Work Adjustment Program is from 1 to 3 months long and is available to individuals who have never worked before, have had sporadic work histories, have not worked in a long time, or have behavioral attitude issues that need to be addressed in order to obtain and maintain employment. Last but not least, a consumer might be placed in the Life Skills Enhancement Program. The Life Skills Enhancement Program is a 3-month program that provides services to persons with a wide range of disabilities. The primary goal is to assist consumers to optimize cognitive, physical, social, and vocational functioning. Consumers wishing to go to the center for evaluation should contact and request a referral from the field counselor at the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation in their district. After receiving the referral, the Perkins Center will schedule a date for the CVE and contact the consumer. Since evaluation takes a couple of days, consumers who plan to stay at the Perkins Center should bring clothes and personal hygiene items with them. Consumers may drive themselves or have family or friends bring them to the center at Thelma, Kentucky. Another option is to call the Perkins Center and ask for transportation. A staff member will pick you up in a center van at a mutually agreed upon location and transport you to the center. The next classroom we're going to visit is an academic area. The instructor in this classroom teaches math to the Alpha students. The students work at their own pace, and classes usually contain no more than 15 students. Our instructor has been known to tutor students needing extra attention to help them accomplish their goals. The instructor may also teach math to students enrolled in other training programs at the Perkins Center. This next area is not a training program, but our work adjustment students work alongside their instructor to sanitize and repair rehabilitation equipment. This is the Coordinating and Assisting the Reuse of Assistive Technology Project, or CARET program. The goal of this project is to make assistive technology and durable medical equipment more accessible to those who need it in underserved areas of Kentucky. Project CARET partners with agencies across the state. The Perkins Center takes in donated equipment, cleans and sanitizes it, makes repairs as needed, and then redistributes it to people who need it, but for whatever reason can't afford to purchase it. This is just one way the Perkins Center and their students give back to the community. Next up is the cafeteria. Students are served 3 meals a day. Breakfast begins at 7:30 a.m., lunch is served between 11:30 and 12:30, and dinner begins at 5 p.m. The Perkins Center took over management of the cafeteria about 6 years ago, and since then have added a variety of new menu items. Perkins Center students have input for additional menu options through the Student Government Association. Students who attend the Perkins Center are required to participate in the Behavior Intervention Supports and Techniques, or BEST program, that is designed to teach appropriate work behaviors. They are expected to display appropriate behaviors at all times, and consequences apply to those who do not comply with the rules of the program and the Perkins Center. One of the perks of the BEST program is a student's ability to use good behavior points to purchase personal hygiene and grooming supplies and other supplies from the student store located in the back of the CVS training area. The only cost to the Perkins Center students for these items are good behavior points that they accumulate on a day-to-day basis. The CVS training program is fairly new to the Perkins Center. It originated in February of 2018 and is a collaborative between the Perkins Center and the CVS Retail Pharmacy Organization. Individuals wishing to enter the CVS Retail Training Program must have a minimum 5th grade academic level in reading and a minimum 5th grade academic level in math. The Front Retail Store Associate Program is 360 clock hours long. Individuals wishing to enter the Pharmacy Tech portion of the program must first be successful with the Front Retail Store Associate training and must have a minimum 8th grade academic level in reading and a minimum 6th grade academic level in math. Upon completion of the training modules and on-site work experience, students will be ready to obtain entry-level employment at a CVS Health Pharmacy store as a Front Retail Store Associate or a Pharmacy Technician. They could also find employment in a multitude of related retailers. The Office Technology program is the next training area. This program offers instruction with Microsoft Office software programs, data entry, filing, and communication skills reinforced with repeated practice to the students. The receptionist information clerk entry requirements are a minimum academic level of 8th grade reading and a minimum academic level of 6th grade math. The general office worker position requires a minimum academic level of 8th grade reading and a minimum academic level of 6th grade math. General office worker is 510 to 720 clock hours long. Classes are in session each Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m., excluding holidays. Students are given 2 15-minute breaks during the day and a 1-hour lunch. Classes are dismissed for 3 weeks in the late spring and summer for a student summer break and again for 3 weeks during the winter holidays. There is no cost to consumers to attend the Perkins Center if the consumer is referred through the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. The Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation and the Perkins Center do not discriminate on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, disability, age, religion, or marital status in employment or provision of services, and provides upon request reasonable accommodation, including auxiliary aids and services necessary to afford individuals with disabilities an equal opportunity to participate in all programs. Driver's education is just one of many support programs offered at the Perkins Center. This is the driver's education classroom. Consumers who do not have a valid Kentucky instructional permit must pass a clinical evaluation prior to being enrolled in permit training class. The evaluation assesses necessary skills for driving, including visual, physical, and cognitive skills. Permit class is approximately 6 weeks long. Upon completing permit class, students are transported to the Johnson County Courthouse to take their permit test. If successful, students will be enrolled in behind-the-wheel training. Assistive technology and accommodations are available on an as-needed basis. After completing behind-the-wheel training, students are again taken to the Johnson County Courthouse to try for their driver's license in a car provided by the Perkins Center. The Custodial Services Building Maintenance Program is next. It has always been a popular and successful training for consumers at the Perkins Center. The custodial program is designed to provide learning experience in the fundamentals of custodial training, such as basic floor, carpet, furniture care, office and classroom cleaning, etc. The program is approximately 360 clock hours long. Building maintenance is 720 clock hours and provides coursework, classroom, and hands-on experience in custodial, electrical, plumbing, painting, and groundskeeping tasks. Another training option for consumers at the Perkins Center is the Food Service Program, and this is their classroom. This program is designed to develop skills necessary for employment in the food service industry. Program activities include classwork, laboratories, and task performance. The program is approximately 100 clock hours long for the dishwasher or dining room attendant portion of the program. Consumers wishing to take the food preparation worker portion will need to complete from 200 to 300 clock hours of training. Center students also work with the cafeteria staff and may learn to operate a deep fryer, grill, or even a commercial dishwasher. Food service program also contains a fountain drink machine, and students are taught to disassemble, clean, and reassemble that machine. Just around the corner is the custodial building maintenance equipment storage area. As you can see, the students in this program have all the supplies and equipment necessary to complete their task of cleaning floors with the ride-on Zamboni floor machine to polishing the floors with the manual buffer. Students in this program also clean the restrooms, collect trash, clean and mop staff offices. Upstairs in the dormitory, custodial students might sweep and clean hallways and clean and sanitize the restrooms. Each center student is responsible for keeping their dorm room clean. Another training option for students attending the Perkins Center is materials management. The materials management program provides instruction with receiving, storage, packaging, shipping, freight handling, and electronic devices. In addition, consumers are introduced to industrial lift trucks and materials handling equipment. Individuals can train as a stock clerk at approximately 360 clock hours long, or as a shipping and receiving clerk at approximately 720 clock hours long. Taking and recording inventory is also taught as part of the materials management curriculum. These students take care of all the staff office supply needs. Staff may fill out an electronic requisition form online, and materials management students receive it, fill the order from items in the materials management classroom or from a small warehouse located on campus grounds. Students then deliver the requested items to the staff member's office, thus completing the order. This young man is part of the custodial building maintenance program and is using the Zamboni floor machine to clean the hallways at the Perkins Center. Nationally recognized certificates are available to all students at the Perkins Center. Auto Lube and Detail has the Right Look certificate. Food Service Training has Serve Safe. Custodial Building Maintenance has the ISSA CMI certificate. Materials Management has the OSHA 360. And the CVS Pharmacy and Office Technology programs both have customer service certificates. As you can see, we had to leave the main building for the next training program. The groundskeeping classroom is located in the basement of Building B. This program is designed to develop skills necessary for employment in the area of horticulture, such as lawn care, landscaping, greenhouse operations, or similar jobs. The Perkins Center has 2 greenhouses, and as we approach those greenhouses, you'll notice blueberry bushes in the pots on the left, a raised asparagus bed on the right, and beside the greenhouses to the right is a large garden plot. Garden vegetables are planted, cultivated, and harvested by the groundskeeping students. Vegetables are cleaned and prepared in the cafeteria or food service training program. The landscaping groundskeeping worker portion of the program is 200 to 300 clock hours long. Consumers wishing to complete the nursery worker portion of the program will have to complete 300 to 600 clock hours of training. Normally, these greenhouses would be bristling with life and filled with beautiful flowers, waiting to be set out in the Perkins Center landscape by center consumers. However, the groundskeeping instructor recently left groundskeeping to take over another training program, so the groundskeeping program has been temporarily suspended pending the hire of a new instructor. As we leave the greenhouse, you'll be able to see the basement area of Building B on the left. The basement of Building B houses the groundskeeping classroom, their equipment, and supplies. It also houses the industrial lift truck classroom, their forklifts, and their supplies. The industrial truck forklift program combines knowledge with practical skills and emphasizes hands-on learning. This program prepares students to safely operate industrial trucks, forklifts, and a variety of industrial, factory, and warehousing opportunities. Consumers must take and pass an entry exam before being enrolled in forklift training. Forklift instruction consists of classroom preparation and a minimum of 200 clock hours of practical hands-on training. Students are expected to participate in a concluding industry-recognized post-test. We will visit the forklift students practicing their hands-on training later in this video. As we make our way to the next training area, we have a nice view of the side of the main building at the Perkins Center. The tall structures in the middle are dormitories. Consumers wishing to come to the Perkins Center for evaluation or training are welcome to stay and live in those dorms. The next training option offered by the Perkins Center is Auto Lube and Detail. This program provides coursework and hands-on training necessary to change motor oil, lubricate vehicles, clean vehicles, and perform other related duties. The service station attendant portion of the training is approximately 100 clock hours long. The automobile detailer portion of the training is approximately 200 to 300 clock hours long. And consumers wishing to complete the lubrication portion of the program should expect to spend approximately 350 clock hours in training. Upon entering the shop area of the Auto Lube and Detail program, you'll notice that the center has a lift for automobiles. The instructor can pull a vehicle onto the lift, raise it up, and get underneath it to demonstrate how to change oil or lubricate the automobile. These students also learn to keep their shop clean and free of debris. As we leave the Auto Lube and Detail shop, I'd like to draw your attention to the cylindrical object on the corner of the nearby building. That object is a video camera. The Perkins Center has video cameras both inside and outside the building. Another electronic device the center has implemented is for entry into the Perkins Center. Both staff and students must have an ID card to enter the building. ID cards are provided for consumers upon arrival to the center for evaluation or training. The center also has security guards on duty from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. when other guards take over. Those guards stay on duty from 11 p.m. until 7:30 or 8 a.m. the next morning when center staff begin their day. The center and center staff are dedicated to the safety of their consumers. On the left is Building C and some of the center vehicles used to pick up consumers coming to the center for evaluation or training, or transporting them back after evaluation or training has been completed. Those vans are also used to transport students back and forth to the Kentucky Community College campus at nearby Paintsville or Prestonsburg, Kentucky, to doctor or eye appointments or for recreational trips. The Perkins Center sits on 22 acres of land and is named for the late Congressman Carl D. Perkins. Congressman Perkins learned at an early age from his superintendent father and schoolteacher mother that the way to lift people up was through education. Congressman Perkins served as the representative from Kentucky for 35 years, from 1949 to 1984. He chaired the subcommittee on elementary, secondary, and vocational education for 17 years and was responsible for sponsoring and piloting to a successful vote the Vocational Education Act of 1963. Congressman Perkins was called the father of virtually every post-war federal education program. His last piece of legislation was the Carl D. Perkins Vocational and Education Act of 1984. To the left are two ball fields that center consumers use to play softball, kickball, or dodgeball. Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center is a state facility and as such is a tobacco-free facility. Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center also has work-based learning experience. Through a number of agreements, the Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center strives to provide students with a realistic work-based learning experience. This gives them a chance to strengthen and apply the skills they have learned and to gain additional skills via their job site experience. At the present time, the Perkins Center is collaborating with Sandy Valley Fasteners, Paintsville Independent Schools, Advanced Auto Parts, Stonecrest Golf Course, Ramada Inn of Paintsville, Johnson County Public Library, Hospice of Big Sandy, Christian Appalachian Project, Johnson County School System, American Metal Works, Johnson County Animal Shelter, and the Johnson County Christian Schools. Agreements with other businesses are currently in progress. As we turn to the right, you'll see a tennis court on the left. That area is currently being used for hands-on forklift practice. Cones are set up to simulate passageways, hallways, doorways, etc. Pallets are available to practice on stacking, lifting, and transporting those pallets through the cones. Cones with tennis balls balanced precariously on top are often transported on pallets to simulate fragile objects or packages. Here you can see two of the forklift training students practicing their craft. Industrial lift truck or forklift students must complete approximately 200 clock hours of a hands-on training and pass a concluding industry post-test to complete their program. Upon completion, the student will be issued a forklift license signed by their instructor. As we leave the forklift training area and make our way on around the building, you'll see a basketball court. This is one of 2 basketball courts available to Perkins Center students. There is an inside basketball court and recreation, which you can view on the recreational video. This concludes our tour of vocational services. If you or a group would like to tour the Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center, please contact the center at least 1 week in advance of the requested date at 606-788-7080, extension 86591. Tours are available Monday through Friday when classes are in session from 8 a.m. through 2 p.m.